Today on the Leukopak Lady, I will briefly go over good tissue practices and good manufacturing practices. Both are essential for the collection of starting materials for allogeneic cell therapies. Current good tissue practices, or CGTP, are the hallmark of HCTP collections. Outlined in 21 CFR 1271 Part D, CGTP regulations govern the handling of HCTPs to, quote, prevent the introduction, transmission, or spread of communicable disease agents, that they are not contaminated and that they do not become contaminated during manufacturing. Additionally, CGTP provisions specifically regulate, quote, determinations of donor eligibility, including donor screening and testing, which are found in 1271 Part C. CGTP requirements also cover staff training, facilities, environmental controls, equipment, supplies, reagents, recovery, processing, labeling, storage, distribution, and the receipt of HCTPs. I covered the CGTP specific donor requirements in my video from last week. They include consenting, physical exam, questionnaire to assess risks of transmitting infectious diseases, and testing for markers of relevant infectious diseases. CGTP applies to facilities collecting leukopaks if they will be used in the manufacturing of a drug product like a CAR-T therapy. And like I talked about in the last video, even though leukopaks are blood products, not tissues, if they will be used to manufacture a product classified as a tissue, then HCTP regulations apply. This fact is reinforced through multiple guidance documents put out by the FDA to support cell therapy developers. Current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP, are outlined in 21 CFR 210 and in Current Good Manufacturing Practice for Phase 1 Investigational Drugs, Guidance for Industry. CGMP regulations establish a system to, quote, assure proper design, monitoring, and control of manufacturing processes and facilities. These regulations require drug manufacturers to institute proper controls over manufacturing operations by establishing SOPs, investigating product quality deviations, and maintaining product testing. GMP-compliant processes help prevent contamination, mix-ups, deviations, failures, and errors. To comply with CGMP regulations, drug manufacturers must include donor eligibility and CGTP procedures as set forth in 1271 Parts C and D. Therefore, to be CGMP compliant, CAR-T therapy developers must ensure that establishments involved in donor screening, testing, processing, storage, labeling, packing, and distribution of cellular starting materials adhere to GMP regulations as early as their Phase 1 clinical trials. Developers delegate their CGMP responsibilities to the manufacturers of all starting materials and reagents used to make their therapies through contracting, site auditing, and inspection, which I will cover in some of the next videos. CGTP and CGMP regulations share the same goal, ensuring the safety of the final product. For CGTP, the final product is actually the starting material collected from a donor or a patient, while for CGMP, the final product is the clinical drug used for treatment in trials or commercial use. Both sets of regulations, 21 CFR 1271 Part D and 21 CFR 210, describe similar controls for starting material collections in drug product manufacturing. On the next episode, I will go over in more detail what GMP compliance means to developers of allogeneic cell therapies and how this definition may differ from developer to developer.